How's it going, YouTube? For today's video, we're going to do an unboxing of Honda's newest generator. It's the EU2200i. This is the updated version of their previous model, which was the EU2000i, which they no longer make anymore. And along with that, I went ahead and just picked up a few other things. My dealer went ahead and threw in a bottle of oil as well, so I didn't have to pay for that. And then I ended up just picking up some DC charging cords in case I needed to charge a battery or whatever. And then I opted for a generator cover as well, and I went with the camo here because I didn't want your standard cover that had Honda, plastered all over it. I don't want to draw attention to it because these do get stolen quite a bit here. So Honda made quite a bit of changes to this generator here, and I'll go through some of the changes throughout this video here, but just to give you an overview of the box, this is what you're looking at here. It's super quiet. It's actually it's quieter than the previous model. This one's about 48 to 57 decibels, but this one also comes in a pound heavier. Even though it's in the same form factor and the same pretty much casing as the previous model, this one comes in at 46.5 pounds. And then the runtime advertised is 8.1 hours at a quarter of a load here. And I'll give you a view of the side here. It comes with a 3-year warranty, easy start, fuel efficient. This also has an upgraded motor that comes in. It's the 121cc GX motor. This one's the GX120, which has a little bit more power. The previous one, I believe, was a GX100, which was 98.5 cc's. So there's just an overview of what it looks like when you get it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the box, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright guys, I went ahead and took it out of the box here. There wasn't much to it. All it was is wrapped in plastic there, and then there was no actual padding or anything or styrofoam I had to take out. This was sitting on top, and this is where your owner's manual and things like that were. So, and inside the box itself, it's just this little sheet with accessories and something about paralleling. You can parallel to the some of the the previous models, but not all of them. And then here's your owner's manual here, and then just a quick little overview of the front here. As we mentioned, this was the EU2200. Even though it's advertised as 2200 watts, that's not continuous. It's 1800 watts continuous and 18.3 amps. So, but here is the front look. This is all pretty much identical as well, and you can see it's the same type of housing as the previous model as well. And this is where some of the changes you'll notice here, and the biggest change here's the fuel shut off here. But let me go ahead and reposition here, and we'll go over some of the changes that Honda made on this generator itself. Alright, let's talk about some of the changes Honda made to this particular generator here, besides obviously the little bit more power and upgrading the engine to the GX120. With this, you're going to get a little bit less runtime when you have it fully loaded at the 1800 watts continuous. You're going to get about 3.2 hours on a tank of fuel versus a 3.4 on the previous model. So it's kind of a trade-off. Bigger engine, you get less runtime, but to me, I would prefer the bigger, more reliable engine from Honda and get a little bit less runtime. So everything else here stays the same. Honda did increase this by 2.31 square inches, this ventilation here, and it's supposed to help cool the inverter a little bit better and keep the internals cool as well, to have the internals last a little bit longer here. So there isn't really any major changes besides that in the very front here. So let's move on to the side here. And what Honda did is they went ahead and increased this oil fill spout and drain here to make it a little bit easier to fill and to do your oil changes. With this extended spout here, you're going to make a lot less of a mess internally here, like the previous models had issues with that. That was one complaint that people had here. So, and then Another change you can't really see is they improved the stator or the rotor that's inside this. The magnets provide a little bit better quality of power. They're a lot thinner and lighter as well, so that's something internal that you're not going to notice that Honda made. And then we've already mentioned this fuel shutoff here. This helps drain as much fuel out of the carb as possible, so you're not gumming it up when it's sitting for extended time. Another thing is most people aren't going to notice here is the stamped recoil base here. This is now metal versus plastic on the previous models here. Before, the rope was damaging this and melting the side plastic here, so this is supposed to help prevent that. But I think that's pretty much the only changes Honda made on this actual unit as well. And some things that are kind of missing that I wish they would have done is put some USBs or something in the front here, because there are no USBs, so that's lacking. It's not a big deal, but it's something that would have been nice. And some sort of fuel gauge to know how much fuel you have here in your tank left. That would have been nice. And then an hour meter, so you're not having to spend more money to add that to your Honda, because you want to keep track of the hours for the oil changes and the maintenance and stuff like that. So, but let me go ahead and put some oil in the unit itself here, and we're gonna go ahead and get it running. I know you're not going to be able to get a good representation of how loud it is, because it's you know, it's whatever speakers you're listening to, but for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and just get it started. So bear with me and give me a quick second. Alright guys, I went ahead and just added the oil and fuel off camera and went ahead and started it since I didn't have anybody to film me. But it took about 7 or 8 pulls to get it to finally start for the very first time. And I read this was pretty normal when you first initially started, when you purchased this here. As you can see, this is normal throttle that's on the unit itself. And then we're going to go ahead and go to econo. And you can hear how quiet that got comparing the two here. I don't have an external mic on my phone here, so you can obviously tell it's pretty quiet, the unit itself. So I'm pretty impressed with the unit itself. I haven't put any power to it or anything, but it's a Honda, so I don't have any doubt that it's going to function properly and exceed my expectations here. So this is just another unboxing of a product that's going to be featured in another video. I'm going to be doing pellet grill power options and a different one, so I'll go ahead and link that video once I get that film in the description box. So let's go ahead and test out this fuel shutoff and see how long it runs with it on. So let's go ahead and just go to normal power. Pull the switch to the fuel shutoff here, and we'll see how long it runs. that ran a lot longer than I expected. So let's go ahead and turn it off here. Oh, it looked like it automatically, oh, there it goes. You can hear that click. So that's how you can tell when you hit that fuel shutoff. It just kind of stops right there, and then you turn it, and then that's the click there. So, I mentioned I got a cover for it, so let's go ahead and put that cover on real quick and see how it fits. Alright guys, I went ahead and put that cover that I purchased. It is a Honda OEM cover. It's their camo edition here. But I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and link all the products that I've used in this video in the description box as well. So this is a pretty nice cover. I think I paid about 20 bucks for it or something like that. And it comes with a flap, so you can go ahead and grab it here. So when putting the cover on, you got to make sure that the engine is completely cooled before putting it on, because you don't want to melt the cover or anything, because the muffler's back here, as you can see. So alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, go ahead and put them down below, and I'll see you on the next one.